Okay, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I've done a fuel mileage and regen review. Um, this is also going to be a 40,000 mile review on my truck, and I'm combining videos because, well, I don't really have much to say in terms of my 40,000 mile review because there's really nothing to talk about. There's been no issues. Anyways, let's get into the video. Bottom line up front, look, fuel mileage been great. I mean. Take a look at these numbers. I think the last time I did a fuel mileage report, it ended somewhere around like mid-May, right? So this is from May 15th to now. Today's the 20th of August. Look at these numbers. Can anyone complain about these numbers? No, right? The truck has been getting phenomenal fuel mileage, and I think a lot of it has to do with one, the changes to the power stroke. Two, that transmission, the 10-speed automatic, I think it really helps with fuel economy. So there's that. Fuel mileage, great. I'm still getting over 30 miles to the gallon. Of course, when I'm driving at certain speeds, eco mode turned on, etc. Like I'm driving slow, all right? If you're driving 75, 80, do not expect to get these type of fuel mileage, okay? Anyways, regens, again, I control all my regens because I believe in maintaining the emissions system. I want to ensure that my diesel particulate filter is always operating at its peak efficiency. I don't like to interrupt a regen cycle because when you do that and you shut the truck off in the middle of a regen, and let's say the next day you start the truck back up and you're on your way to work, right? That regen is not going to continue. It's not going to start again. So whatever percentage you were at when the regen was initiated, to wherever you stop the truck, let's say the truck went into regen at 75% full. You shut the truck off when it reached, let's say, 55% full. Well, when you do that, the 500 mile mark limit resets itself. Okay? But you're now starting at 55% full instead of 0, which means you're going to reach 100% full before you get to the 500 mile mark limit, which means you're going to regen sooner. So instead of going 500 miles, you may regen at 200, 250, 300 miles, and so forth. And then let's say it goes into regen at, let's say, 300 miles. Then you shut the truck off again, and you're at 100% full when it started, but now you're at 75% full. You shut the truck off. You've interrupted the regen cycle. Then you reset the counter again, but you're starting at 75% full. So it's going to reach 100% full way before you reach the 500 mile mark limit. So now you may regen at 150 miles since your last regen. So do you understand what I'm saying? Your regen cycle is going to happen all the time. It's going to happen anywhere between 100 and 500 miles, just like the manual states, right? But if you control it and you ensure that you do a full regen, as in whatever percent it's at when the truck goes into regen, you let it complete its full regen cycle all the way down to 0, right? So that when it goes to 0, the regen, it'll stop. It'll shut itself off, right? And then when you shut the truck off, right, or after the regen cycle is stopped or is completed, the 500 mile mark limit resets itself. But you will be able to go 500 miles before your next regen, unless you're doing a lot of idling or whatever you're doing that fills up that diesel particulate filter sooner, okay? It's whichever comes first. But if you ensure the regen cycle is complete, then the chances of you going 500 miles are much more significant. So that way your truck's not going into regen all the time and burning fuel all the time, okay? So I think that's another contributing factor to why I get good fuel mileage, is because I ensure my diesel particulate filter is always clean. It's always running at its most efficient levels, you know? So that's important. A buddy of mine, he's a former lieutenant of mine when I was in command. He bought himself a 2021 F-250 to Tremor. And he also got OCR turned on with auto regen inhibit, right? so he can turn off or on his regens. He currently has it on auto, so the truck regens on its own. But what he's noticed is that his truck will go into regen, and sometimes he'll shut the truck off, but it doesn't. Again, it doesn't go into regen when he turns the truck back on. So he's noticed that his diesel particulate filter will fill up much quicker, exactly as I explained it. It'll fill up much quicker. It'll start at 75% and then just go to 100. And then he's regenning every like 100, 200 miles, right? So I told him, look, just keep your auto regen turned off. Wait till you reach 100 or 500 miles, then do a regen, then turn the regen on and ensure you're on the highway. Well, he says he can't always go on the highway. So what he's been doing, he's just been doing OCR in his driveway. That's what he's been doing. So that way he can ensure he can go 500 miles because he was like regenerating all the time. Okay, so if you drive a Ram, it's different. You shut the truck off in the middle of a regen, you interrupt that regen cycle. When you turn the truck back on, it'll go right back into regen. Okay, so that's the difference between Ford and Ram. GM, I have no idea how GM works. But anyway, so I control my regens as indicated here, and no issues. I really can't complain. So fuel additives, I'm currently running hot shots, mainly because I ran out of arch oil during my Orlando trip, as you can see here when I went on vacation, and I still had a couple bottles of hot shots, so I decided to switch back, and I've been using it since. I don't know if I'm going to switch back to arch oil because I still have I think I still have another bottle of hot shots left. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I'm still getting good results. I'm still getting good fuel mileage. My regen cycle still, I do it every 500 miles. So far, I haven't gotten to 100%. I'm usually I would say between 60 and 70, let's say 75% full. Okay, I'm averaging between there. So I mean, I can't complain. But yeah, so that's my fuel mileage and regen report, my update. Still getting good fuel mileage, etc. Blah blah blah. So let's move to okay, my 40,000 mile review. All right. Look, I can't complain. There's really nothing to complain about. Oh, so right now I'm roughly I think I'm at 40,558 miles. My next regen is going to be at 40,794 miles. This week, my truck did regen at 40,280 miles. It completed its regen at 40,294 miles. Total regen mileage was 14 miles in regen, 501 miles in between since the last regen, which was here on the 13th of August. I was at 65% full when the truck went in, when I initiated the regen, and my next regen is going to be at 40,794 miles. Okay, so that tells you where I'm at in terms of how many miles I got in the truck. Okay, into my 40,000 mile review. Bottom line up front, no issues. The engine has been great, no complaints in regards to the Power Stroke diesel. Transmission has been good. Occasionally, it can shift a little hard in the morning, but other than that, it's good. It's good. Now, I've owned 5 Ram trucks. One 1999 Dodge Ram 2500 with the 47 RE, and then the other 4 Ram trucks had the 68 RFE. Now, those transmissions are clunky. They're just all kinds of wonky, right? They shift clunky. They're kind of hard shifting at times. Like, you definitely know when it's shifting, but that's just the characteristics of those transmissions, right? Something I got used to. So when I say the Ford can shift kind of hard, I don't mean like it's like a 68 RFE shift, right? Like it's like a punch in the gut sometimes, right? No, it's just what I'm saying is that it can be a little rough, but for the most part, compared to the 68 RFE, it's smooth as butter. But when I'm talking about just a 10-speed and I'm comparing it to nothing but the 10-speed, it can be a little rough shifting at times. And again, typically it's in the morning when the truck really isn't at operating temperature. And it's really between shifts 1 and 5. It's in between there is when it can shift a little weird. But anyways, other than that, Really nothing to complain about in terms of the transmission. The infotainment system. I do miss my 12-inch screen that I had back in my 2019 Ram 2500 Longhorn. But for the most part, the Ford, the 8-inch screen, it does what it needs to do. I'm happy with it. It's fine. One thing I do like is that in the navigation, it has the breadcrumbs, right? I like that feature where it leaves breadcrumbs on the map. I like that because sometimes when I'm coming back from a destination, I don't like to use nav, and I'll just follow the breadcrumbs, back. So I do like that. Ram doesn't have that, so I do like that. Um, the interior, the King Ranch interior is nice, but it is nowhere near as nice as the Ram. Now, the new 2021 Ford F-150 interiors are much nicer. I wish that the 22 Ford Super Duties had the new interiors that the F-150s debuted, but it is what it is. They got the 12-inch screen, but the interior is the same, besides the 12-inch screen, but that's fine. But the interior is fine. It's nice. It's just not as nice as the Ram. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, I don't really have anything to really complain about with the Ford, besides some minor things, but really not a big deal. Has anything catastrophic happened? No. Um, do I trust the truck? Absolutely. Um, you know, Gee, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else. There's really nothing to complain about. The truck is stock. Oh, something I do want to say. A lot of people don't like this valence right here. I like it. I think for me, this gives the front end a little bit more girth, if that makes sense, and I like that. I know a lot of people don't like this valence, but I'm all about fuel economy. So I'm all about driving a heavy duty truck and getting good fuel economy. And if the valence helps, that's what it's there for. So I like it. I like the look of it. I know some people don't like it, but to each their own. You don't have to like it. It's like some people like to squat their trucks in the rear, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. It looks like a dog when it drags its butt on the ground. That's what a squatted truck looks like. Now that you've got that image in your head, I'm sure that when you see a squatted truck now, you might think of a dog dragging its butt on the ground. That's what it looks like to me. It's the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. But again, to each their own. If that is cool for you, it's just the fad. It'll go away, right? It is what it is. Cool, whatever. Um, it makes the truck completely useless, but whatever. Whatever. So, anyways, yeah, nothing to complain about. Um, would I do it again? Would I trade the Ram for the Ford? Absolutely. I do miss the Ram. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the Ram, but the Ford, there's some benefits of the Ford that I really do prefer over the Ram, and one of those things is this keypad. Having that keypad is great because I can, when the wife and I we like to go to the beach, and so with the Ram, you got to take your keys with you. So keep them in the cooler or somewhere, wherever you park your butt on the beach, right? And when you're in the water, there are people walking by your area that you've, you know, decided to sit at. And you never know, somebody could come along, look for your keys, go find your truck, and then off they go, right? Having this keypad is great. I can keep some important stuff in the truck, go to the beach, and I don't have to worry about anyone looking for my keys, you know? So I like that. The massager seat is nice. Panoramic sunroof is nice. Um, the Ford interior, again, going back to that, it is a much bigger, much more spacious interior than the Ram. In the Ram, I could keep my driver's seat all the way down to the floor, and I could still see over the dash, over the windshield wipers, over the hood. No problems. The Ford is a little bit bigger. I have to keep the seat at its highest position, which I don't like to do, but if I want to see over the steering wheel and the dash and the hood and the windshield wipers, I have to keep that seat all the way up. which is fine. I don't like to do that, but it's fine. It's whatever. If anything, that I would say that's a con. That's something I don't like. Um, but it is what it is. But going back to how spacious the interior is. The back seat is huge, and to let you know how short I am, to give you a visual, I can almost stand up in the back seat. I'm not kidding. Uh, from my feet to my midsection, I can stand up fully, and I'm kind of hunched over a little bit. That should give you a visual of how short I am. And I love that because I have my windows tinted, so like going to the beach, I can change in the back of my seat. I can change right there in the truck, and I don't have to be outside to change or in the changing room. So it's great. Yeah. So yeah, no, no. Let's talk diesel exhaust fluid right quick. So I'm still using Blue Def Platinum. Um, does it help? I really don't know. Um, I have noticed I can go longer with Blue Def Platinum, but I don't know. But again, I'm all about trying to maintain that emission system. So whatever I can do to help maintain it, and if Blue Def Platinum helps, sure, why not? Now I did just buy a whole bunch of regular Blue Def for emergency purposes. I have it stored away. It's like if for whatever reason there's no more diesel exhaust fluid and the world goes to you know goes down. Well, it's already going down the drain, but it's end of the world scenario type of thing. So I do have I bought a bunch of regular Blue Def because it's cheaper, but I'm not going to touch that. And that's for end of the world situation. I will continue to use Blue Def Platinum in the meantime. So yeah, let me think here. Anything else I want to talk about? Nope, that's really about it. 40,000 miles, no issues, no weird driveline issues, no vibrations, no death wobble, no nothing. Um, you know, uh, I'm not saying the truck is perfect, because I did mention that sometimes the truck can shift, kind of have hard shifting at times, but that's on a rare occasion. Um, for the most part, I'm happy with the truck. Uh, I do miss the Ram. I'm not gonna lie, but I am happy with the truck. Um, and I like that it's made in the USA. I'm all about trying to buy stuff that's made in the USA and avoiding stuff from China. Um, So, anyways, that's the end of that video. Uh, hope this helped anybody, or if you're thinking about buying a Ford or whatever. I'm at 40,000 miles, no issues. If you want to buy one, go right ahead. Don't be afraid of the emissions. You don't have to, maintain your emission system the way I do. Just drive the truck, you'll be fine. You know, but for me, I'm very particular about monitoring certain things. Right? Uh, it's just how I am. But anyways, hope this has been helpful for anyone who's wanting, some long-term review. And when I hit 60,000, I'll do another review. Or if I hit 80,000 here in the next few months, I'll definitely do another review on that when I hit those mileage. So, but yeah, there you go. We'll catch you in the next video.